This is Dr. Kaan at ACL Academy back with you for another video. And today I am touching on the mental side of this ACL recovery process. Before I get into that, if you guys have found some value in this channel, please like, comment below, share with a friend, subscribe to the channel, spread the word. We today want to touch more on a topic that is not really widely discussed and talked about through this process. When you go through an ACL injury and you're in the ACL rehab process, a lot of the education and the information out there is on the physical side of things, working on the range of motion, working on the strength, getting running and jumping again, and things like that. But what most people don't touch on is the mental side, the emotional side, and how tough this process can be. When people first get injured and they enter into this rehab phase, they just don't know how taxing it could be, and not only physically, but everything that they go through mentally and emotionally, and all the stuff that we take for granted, such as walking and stairs. Outlets are stress relief outlets, such as running. Right? These are things that are so automatic in our life, and then all of a sudden you have a knee injury, and you could hardly walk, or you can't bend your knee, or you have no strength in the leg, and then little things that you would do on a day-to-day basis to get completely taken away from you. So it's a big shock in the beginning of the process and can hit home very, very hard. And then also, because of the length of this process, being able to return to your sports and activities may take 9 months, closer to a year even, right? So when we're months into the process, this can also be a big hit, big shock to us, as it really can hit home because it's so long. That's why it's so important to have some mental strategies along the way. And today what I want to share with you is one of my favorite mental training exercises, the first go-to exercise that I share with all my clients. This is an exercise that I borrowed from Dr. Jason Selk, and it is out of his book, Organize Tomorrow Today, which is an unbelievable book. So if you haven't heard of it, please check it out. And the exercise is called Train the Brain. I'm going to go through each and every step with you today. So this is an exercise that I recommend that you do every day, preferably in the morning, as it's a good way to set the tone for the day. Okay, so you're going to get in a comfortable position, in a quiet place. That's the most important piece, right? Quiet place, comfortable position. I like sitting. You can also do this laying down, but I think sitting helps you get a little bit more focused. And this exercise should take 5 minutes or less. And it has 5 distinct steps. Okay, the first step is learning how to take a controlled breath. Right, this is the start of the exercise. So basically, what we're going to do is take a big inhale through our nose for 6 seconds, nice and slow and controlled. We're going to hold that breath for 2 seconds, and then we're going to have a nice controlled slow exhale for 7 seconds. So it looks like this. And this is a great way to initiate the exercise, right? To start and to get our bodies and brains ready to what we are about to go through in each step of the process. So we start with a controlled breath as step 1. Step 2. Okay, step 2 is what we're going to come up with is what we call a positive vision statement. Okay, so this is a statement that we are going to say to ourselves on a daily basis. And what we want to think about is where we see ourselves at the end of this ACL destination, the end of this ACL journey. So our vision for it, right? So what are we working so hard to do throughout this process? And the way that I explain it to my clients is I wanted to resonate with you. I wanted to hit home. I wanted to bring on an emotional response, right? It has to mean something to us. So it can't be as vague as, I just want to get back on the soccer field, or I want to get back on the ski slopes. Well, it's got to be more than that, right? I want you to kind of almost picture yourself at the end of that journey. So it could be as simple as, if I'm thinking about skiing, well, it may be, you know, I am going to ski on my favorite mountain on a certain trail with maybe one of my friends or my spouse or somebody close to me, and really the way that I want you to talk about it is to repeat it. So um, my goal is to be skiing with my wife at her favorite mountain, which is Okemo in Vermont, and we are going to be on a certain trail, right? So, like, I want you to repeat that, say that, and this will be a vision statement that you repeat every day, right? And it may take you some time to come up with. You may even tweak it, right, as you kind of go through the exercise daily, and it may evolve over time. But it has to be something that really connects with you, right? This is actually what we're working for. This is the vision of our ACL recovery process. So that is step 2, right? Step 1 is control breath. Step 2 is our positive vision statement. Now step 3, okay, this is also very, very important because we are going to recognize our small wins, right? And we are going to set goals for each day. So step 3, the way that works is we're going to recognize 3 great things from the day before. So 3 small wins from the day before. Obviously, I want this to pertain to your knee and your recovery process, but it's okay to incorporate some day-to-day personal or work life in there as well. So it could be as simple as 3 great things that I did yesterday was I finally achieved 90 degrees of bending range of motion. I did my full exercise routine when I said I was going to do it, which was in the morning before work. And number 3 was I stayed an extra 20 minutes of physical therapy and did 20 minutes of the bike, right? So you could, again, it's recognizing 3 small things as a way to celebrate the victories, right? Because it's such a long process, we have to celebrate the victories along the way. Second part of step 3 is, well, set 3 goals of the day, right? We want to set 3 solid objectives of that day. And again, can be small, can be big, can relate to the knee, can relate to your personal life, can relate to your work life, right? But when we set objectives for the day and then we nail those objectives for the day, it's something to celebrate. So step 3 is very, very important in this process. So step 1, control breath. Step 2, positive vision statement. Step 3, we're going to recognize 3 small victories, 3 great things from the day before, and then we are going to set 3 goals. We're going to state 3 great things that we're going to do today. Right? So it gets us our day started, sets the tone for the day. Then step 4 of this train the brain exercise is repeating that same positive vision statement. So whatever you came up with, ours was the ski slopes with my spouse on our favorite mountain, our favorite trail, right? So that's my vision statement. That's what I'm stating. And then we're going to close that out with another control breath. So it's inhale for a nice controlled breath of 6 seconds, hold that breath for 2, and then exhale for 7. Okay, so 5 distinct steps to this process to review. First is control breath. Second is stating our positive vision statement. Step 3 is recognizing 3 victories, 3 great things that we did the day before, and setting 3 objectives, 3 goals, 3 great things that we're going to do today, right? Then step 4, repeating our positive vision statement, and then closing out with step 5, which is a nice controlled breath. I love to do this exercise. I continue to do it in my own personal life. And I think it's great to be done in the morning because it really sets the day. It helps us in the ACL recovery process for 2 big reasons. Number 1 is we revisit our vision every day, right? Such a long process. We're working so hard for it. What are we working for? And that's why the vision statement's important. Then, because it's such a long process, the day-to-day can be tough and it's hard to recognize the small wins. Well, that's what we're doing in this statement is we're going to find our victories. We're going to find our small wins. Sometimes we don't even know if we're progressing or plateauing. Well, there's a lot of little wins sprinkled along the way, so it's so important to recognize that stuff. And then 3 goals of the day. Well, we don't want to just go out there and kind of muddle our way through the day. It's important to set the tone, set objectives, so this way we can nail those down. So that's why I love this exercise. And as I said, I still do it in my personal life. I give it to all my clients, and even some of them have, even after their ACL journey is done, have taken this exercise and continued it throughout their life and their path. So I hope this helps with you. I think it is very important to have some sort of mental strategy, mental outlet. I do like this exercise, but also know that there's professional help out there. So if you're on school, there's guidance counselors you can talk to, sports psychologists, school psychologists that you can talk to. These are the people that are the leaders in this particular area and field, and it's okay to seek help. It's not just about the physical side of things. Getting some help mentally, emotionally, and getting some support that way can go a very long way. Sometimes can be the difference maker in people's lives. So I hope that helps, guys. If you have some questions, please drop them below in the comments there. If you found some value here, please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel and share it with a friend that can utilize this help as they navigate their ACL recovery. This is Dr. Kaan signing off, and I will see you next time here at the ACL Academy.